Hi, I'm Sally. Um, I know you guys have heard of my story and Uncle Johnny, but I just wanted to tell you my version. So, Uncle Johnny came to visit, as you know, to help Daddy with his work. Mommy was in the kitchen and she was cooking, and I called for her when Johnny arrived, and I was playing with my friends, and he brought me inside with him and patted my bum to make me go on as he talked to my parents. It was later that night, and Uncle Johnny was eating dinner with my parents, and I was getting sleepy. So I yawned, and I rubbed my eyes, and he offered to tuck me into bed and help me get ready. Mama agreed to it, and she went to do dishes as Daddy went to wash up in the bathroom. Uncle Johnny took me upstairs to my room and helped me find my nightgown. He told me that this little white nightgown would turn me into a princess in my sleep, so of course I giggled and said of course I would wear it, Uncle Johnny. So I did. He helped me undress, even though I told him I could do it myself, and he just thought, well, since you're sleepy, maybe I should dress you. I allowed it, and I didn't know what was going to happen. He tucked me into bed after Mama came in and said, honey, let me tuck you into bed. And I didn't want him to. I wanted Mama to do it, but I didn't want to seem mean. So I let Uncle Johnny do it. Mama left, and Uncle Johnny shut and locked the door. I got confused, thinking, why is he locking my door if he has to go to bed? Uncle Johnny came over and smiled, a crooked smile. It seemed really creepy. The next few days, after that incident with Uncle Johnny, I never felt the same. Uncle Johnny did something to me. A few days passed, and I was playing outside with Sarah and Jenny, and we were playing dolls, my favorite game, when my mama called me over wondering if I was okay because I've been acting different. And I was like, yes, Mama, I'm fine. It's okay. I'm just gonna go play. I just don't feel well. That's when I started crying after Mama asked me, are you sure, honey? Because you don't see the same. So I told her that I didn't want to play his game, Mama. He touched me. He made me touch him. She was like, it's okay, sweetie. It was just a nightmare, okay? Just go play with your friends after you wash up your face. So I did. I went and I washed up my face, and I went outside to play with Sarah and Jenny again. That's when Uncle Johnny showed up. He smiled at my dad, who was with him, in the car, and they got out of the car, and he smiled at my mama, Mary. He looked over at me and smiled and waved. My smile faltered after I smiled at my daddy, and I slowly waved back at Uncle Johnny, remembering what happened. He goes inside, and he hears my mom and dad talking about what I told my mama about the game and how he touched me, but I never said who. Uncle Johnny walked in to stop their conversation, and he asked what he was talking about or if he interrupted. Mama said no and said that she just needed some things from the store. Uncle Johnny agreed to go to the store, and he made me go with them. I thought we were going, so I stopped playing with Sarah and Jenny and dollies and had them watch my dolls. So we got in the store, and the store passes. I'm like, Uncle Johnny, the store's that way. I point in the direction of the store. He's like, I know, but I figured why not just go to the park now. So he took me to the park. He pulled in, and it was the National Community Park. I started looking around, realizing no one was around, so I knew I was going to be bored since my friends weren't here and no one else was that I could play with, and I didn't have my dollies. That's when Uncle Johnny turned and looked over at me, anger all over his face. He's like, so, you told your mom and dad about what I did to you? I started shaking my head no quickly, and I looked over at him. I wouldn't, no, I promise, I'm playing the game right. That's what I was saying. You're lying, Sally. You told them. Now it's time for liars like you to be punished. He grabbed me and dragged me out of the car, out of his door, and laid me on the ground and pinned me to the ground. He started kicking me and beating me, and he started to undo his pants, and I was screaming, no, Uncle Johnny, no, stop it, I won't say anything else. And he still did it. And he hurt me. He hurt me really badly. I had to leave Mama and Daddy that night. I didn't want to. I'm always watching over them. But all I know is, Uncle Johnny, will you play with me?